Email marketing activities are essential for all online stores looking to drive more engagement, conversions, and for building an online community. Now, Omnisend is one of two leading SMS and email marketing platforms, the other being Klaviyo. And today in this Omnisend tutorial, I'm going to walk you through setting up and engaging in essential email marketing activities with your Shopify store using Omnisend so that you can build a community of loyal fans and ultimately drive more conversions through email. Okay, so just quickly, before we go ahead and launch into Omnisend and Shopify, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already or if you're new to this channel, and that way you'll stay updated with actionable videos and tutorials designed to equip you with the skills, knowledge, and tools to help your small business thrive online. And with that happy note out the way, let's go ahead and integrate Omnisend with your online store and navigate through all of Omnisend's impressive email marketing features. Okay, so as you can see, I've just arrived inside a fresh Shopify account. And for the purpose of today's tutorial, I'm going to navigate through the process of integrating Shopify with Omnisend. However, if you're using a different e-commerce platform like Wix or WordPress, you can still follow along with this Omnisend tutorial. Now, for those that are completely new to Shopify and you want to learn how to build a Shopify store before you start engaging in email marketing activities with Omnisend, then what I'll do is add a beginner's tutorial up above and down below in the description for you to check out if you're completely new to Shopify. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and integrate Shopify with Omnisend. To do that, once you've arrived inside your Shopify account, simply navigate down to Add Apps. Then click on Shopify App Store. And up in the search bar, what we want to do is type in Omnisend. Then locate Omnisend Email Marketing and SMS. Here we want to install the app, and then click on Install App. Now, I want to point out that Omnisend has extremely high ratings across the different e-commerce integrations. They have some of the highest industry reviews for an SMS and email marketing platform for tools like Shopify, Wix, WordPress, and others. Okay, so back inside setting up our free Omnisend account and integrating Omnisend with Shopify, here we just need to add our details. Then once you've added your details, go ahead and click on Get Started. And make sure that you head over to your email inbox, find the Omnisend email, and verify your account. Then here, what we want to do is set up our brand assets. This is going to make your life a lot easier when creating email campaigns and forms inside Omnisend because all your branding will be automatically added to your assets. Okay, so I'm going to navigate over to logo and quickly add a logo. And as you can see, just like that, I have a logo. Then all I need to do is add my brand colors, my fonts, and then add my social links. So what you want to do is take the time to navigate through this, add your brand assets in terms of your logo, colors, fonts, and your social media links. I'm going to quickly go ahead and add a few different social media links associated with this brand. Okay, so I've added 3 social links for the purpose of today's tutorial. Once you've gone ahead and added your branding, simply navigate down and click on Save Brand Assets. And that's going to take us to our Omnisend account. Now, if you're using a different platform other than Shopify, then what you can do to get started with Omnisend is head over to omnisend.com or feel free to click the link in the description below this video and complete the sign up process. Now, like I mentioned, you can get started with Omnisend completely for free to start engaging in SMS and email marketing activities. It's free up to 250 contacts and gives you 500 email sends per month, plus 60 SMS campaigns and 500 web notifications. Now, if your business grows to more than 250 contacts, then you will have to upgrade to a paid plan. The pricing increases as your business grows based on the number of contacts that you have. Okay, so back inside our Omnisend account, let's navigate through our dashboard so you understand how to access all the different tools and features that Omnisend has to offer. If we navigate up to dashboard, you can see that we have goals selected. These are the goals that Omnisend recommends to increase your sales. However, we're going to navigate through all these different features within this tutorial. Next to goals, we have overview. If we click here, this is going to give you an overview of your store's performance. Then if we navigate over to live view, this is where you can view your contacts' activity in real time. Essentially, you can preview and analyze the activity of your contacts. Okay, so now let's navigate up to campaigns. This is where we can create campaigns from email campaigns, SMS campaigns, and push notification campaigns. And we're going to dive into this shortly. Next, we have automation. This is where you can set up automations for your store. And this essentially allows you to automate the process of building your brand and ultimately driving more conversions. Again, we'll talk more about automations shortly. Next, we have forms. This is where you can create different types of forms. From pop-up forms on your website to embedded forms on your pages to landing pages, standalone landing pages for capturing contacts. So these are different forms that you can simply create inside Omnisend to grow your email list. Next to forms, we have audience, and this is where you can preview your entire contact list. You can also navigate down and you can create segments of your list as well as create tags to further separate and group your contacts. You can also export your list, import, and we can also view a customer breakdown, and we can also create pre-built segments to further segment our contact list. As you can see, we currently have 0 contacts. However, if your Shopify store already has contacts, then those contacts will be pulled inside your Omnisend account. Like I mentioned, you can also import all your contacts from other platforms if you're using a different email marketing platform. And then you have the option to add contacts manually. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to quickly go ahead and add one contact manually so that we have at least one contact in our email list. Here you can see we can manually add a contact, paste in contact details, import a file of our contacts. We can also import our contacts from MailChimp and Klaviyo. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm going to quickly go ahead and add a single contact. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and manually added a contact. Now we're going to navigate up to reports. This is where you can manage and generate reports based on the different campaigns that you're running. For example, I could generate a report from my email campaigns, my automated workflows, or my forms. This allows you to analyze, understand, and identify the campaigns that you're running that are performing or not performing well. Okay, so let's navigate back over to forms. We want to start building our online store's email list, our contact list, so that we can then start engaging in email campaigns and SMS campaigns. To do that, simply navigate down and click on Preview and Launch Form. Now, Omnisend's visual drag and drop form builder is incredibly easy to use for anyone. If we navigate over to the left-hand side, this is where we can access these item blocks. We can simply click on the item. For example, if I navigate over to Input, I can click on this item, drag and drop that item anywhere on my form. I'm going to place that down here. Then if we navigate back over to the left hand side, we also have access to these layouts. If I click on the layout, I can drag that layout and pop that on my form. I can also simply duplicate and delete these blocks and then add a different column or item. I can also rearrange. For example, I'm going to click on this input and drag and place the first name input up above email. Now, if I click on any of these items, that's going to generate the information for that item on the right hand side. Here we have map to profile field. I'm happy with first name. If I click the drop down, I can choose any of these options. We can add the placeholder text. I'm happy with enter your first name. Then we can add or remove labels as well as field requirement. I'm going to make this field not required, and I'm happy with the label and the label text. Then we can change the padding down here. If we navigate up to layout, we can change the background color, opacity, and padding down here, as well as the content alignment. Again, I can navigate over to these text blocks and then simply edit and format the text over on the right hand side. You can see that this visual drag and drop form builder is incredibly easy to use. If I navigate down to this button here, I can again change this button information. We can also preview what this form looks like on mobile device as well as on desktop. And then we can edit the form name if we like. I'm going to navigate down the bottom and then click on these 3 dots. And here we can delete the different stages. Now I obviously want to keep step 1, which is this form here. If we navigate over to step 2 and click here, this is the second step in this online form template. Again, we can customize this form if we like. If I navigate down and click on success, and this is where we can customize the success form. This is the final step in this form flow. And what I could do is change this if I like and add the discount code into this pop-up. So straight away that potential customer can take that discount code and use it in our store. However, this is up to you. Then once you're happy with your form, what we can do is click out of here and then navigate up to save and close. If you just want to save this as a draft for now, then you have these other options in terms of behavior. For example, scheduling, always available. I'm happy with that. Then display, if we click here, we can choose when we want to show this form to a visitor. For example, I can click on time on page and I'm going to add 5 seconds and then navigate back. And then we have these other options down here. I'm happy with this. Then navigate over to theme settings. And we can edit the form layout, colors, and buttons if we like. I'm happy with this basic form, so I'm going to go ahead and click on enable. And as you can see, that form is now enabled. Now to create a new form, simply navigate up to Create Form. And this is where you can choose a form template, which is recommended if it's your first time creating a form. Here we can select the goal that we're after. I'm going to select Collect Subscribers. We can also choose a theme. I'm going to select Branded Forms. Then we can navigate down to type. What type of form do we want to create? Do we want to create a pop-up form on our website? Do we want to embed a form on a website page? Or do we want to create a standalone landing page that we can then share with our audience across different channels? I'm going to select landing page, and then we have the form settings, multi-step, mobile only, wheel of fortune, and these other options down here. I'm going to select multi-step. And as you can see, we have this form that we just created for our first pop-up form. So as you can see, this is where you can simply create different form types. I'm going to unselect this, and then unselect pop-up and click on embed. And as you can see, we have this one embed template. I'm going to go ahead and click on use template. And that's going to take us to this visual drag and drop form builder again. Now, what we can also do is navigate up to save and close and click on this drop down, and we can change the template if we like. However, that is how you can create different types of forms to build your email list. Okay, so I'm going to save and close this. And as you can see, we have one drafted embedded form, and we also have an active pop-up form on our website. Now let's navigate over to campaigns, and then come down and click on create email campaign. And here we have a few different campaigns that we can choose from. We can create an email campaign. This is a regular one-time email that you can send or schedule for later to send to your contact list, or an audience segmentation. We can also create an email A/B test, send 2 different versions of a single email to see which performs the best. And we can also create SMS or MMS campaigns to send to our subscribers. Then down here we have push notifications. Here we need to connect an app, which then allows us to create different types of push notification campaigns that work across different devices. Okay, so for now, I'm going to go ahead and create an email. Then we just need to navigate through adding our email settings. First, we want to add our subject line. And this is incredibly important because if people don't even click on your email and view what's inside, then what's the point of even creating an email and sending that email to your audience? You want to make sure that you create a compelling and exciting subject line to entice your email subscribers to click on that email. For example, our biggest discount yet. And you can also add an emoji over here. You can also use AI to generate a subject line. Then add the sender name and select your email address. And ideally you want to be using your store email address. Then come down and add a pre-header. Then add the campaign name for internal use. This is only for you to see. And then the language. And here we have the option to auto post email campaign to your Facebook page. I'm not going to do this because this content is only for our email subscribers. Then navigate over to next step. Now, just quickly before I get back to this video, I just want to mention my all-in-one digital playbook that you guys might be interested in called Go Digital Now, the Ultimate Small Business Playbook. This dynamic book took me a year to create and is ideal for small business owners, new and existing, that are looking for a clear-cut digital roadmap for setting up the right tools, systems, activities, and strategies so that you can absolutely dominate online. I will add a link in the description below this video if you want to learn more about Go Digital Now. Okay, so with that out the way, let's go ahead and get back to this video. And this is where you can choose a professional email campaign template that you can then customize the way that you like. Again, choose your goal and theme, and then select or preview a template. We can also preview save templates if you've saved a previous template that you want to use for your email campaigns. I'm going to navigate down and use this template. And similar to the visual drag and drop form builder, you have access to this campaign builder. If we navigate over to the left-hand side, we have all these different options under library. For example, we can quickly add a video if we like by simply clicking and dragging and dropping that element. And then over on the right-hand side is where we can further customize that item. As you can see, I could add a YouTube video URL, and that's going to embed that video into my campaign. So we have these editing options down here, and then we also have layout options. I'm going to navigate back over to this video block and then delete this block. Again, if we navigate over to the left-hand side, we have these other quick add options. Then if we navigate down to saved items, this is where you can add your saved items. For example, if I navigate down here and click on this button, I can come down and click on save item. And that item's going to be added under saved items, and the same is with layouts. You can save your layouts. We then have pre-header blocks, as well as header blocks, hero image blocks or items. So again, I can navigate through these different template blocks and add them to my campaign. We have the email body, and we have all these different options here: product listing, image gallery, and footer. As you can see, it's incredibly easy to customize and create your email campaigns. So take the time to navigate through each of the different layouts and items on your email campaign. Click on each item and make sure that you customize each of those items and layouts over on the right hand side. Now, when you're happy with your email campaign, what you can do is navigate up to send a test email to send a test email to see what it looks like across your different devices. You can also click this drop down and you can preview, save as template, so you can quickly and easily use this template for future campaigns. You can also change the template and save and close. I'm going to navigate over here and click on save and choose recipients. Here we can choose all subscribers, or we can choose a segment, then navigate down and click on next step. Here we want to preview and confirm, make sure that your settings are correct, your recipients that you want to send this email campaign to is correct, and then you can choose to send now or schedule for later. Then when you're happy with your campaign, simply click on send now. Okay, so because this is just an example, I'm going to navigate up to exit. And that's going to take me back to my campaigns. Over on the left hand side, I can view my drafted campaigns, I can view my scheduled campaigns and sent campaigns. I'm going to navigate back over to new campaign, and then this time click on create SMS. I'm going to quickly go ahead and add a campaign name, sender name, text message, and I have the option to add an image or GIF for US and Canadian recipients. I can automatically shorten links and then customize the unsubscribe instructions. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, I've quickly gone ahead and added my SMS campaign details. Up here we have the campaign name, our biggest discount. Then down here we've got the sender name, which is myself, Stewart. This is the store owner. Then down here we have the message text, which is hey, and then we've got the contact's first name. If we navigate over to the right hand side, this is where you can add the input type that you want. This is to personalize this message. Then down here we have the text, we have 50% off, then we have this emoji that we've added, and then the discount code down here. If we navigate over to the right hand side, we can preview what this SMS campaign looks like on mobile. Then if we navigate down the bottom, we can send a test SMS campaign to ourselves to see what this looks like before moving on to the next step. Here we want to choose either all subscribers, or we can choose a segment if we've created one, then navigate down and click on next step. Then here you'll be taken to the estimated cost of your SMS campaign. You can see the number of messages, credits per message, and the subtotal. Then navigate down and click on Review Campaign, review the settings, recipients, price estimation, and then choose to send now or schedule for later, and then simply go ahead and click on Send Now. And that's going to send your SMS campaign to your recipients. I'm going to navigate up and click on Exit. Because for the purpose of this tutorial, I just want to show you the process. I don't actually want to send these campaigns. Again, what we can do is come down and click on New Campaign, and then navigate down and create push notifications. Again, you need to install a dedicated app in order for you to engage in push notification campaigns. However, I'm not going to navigate through the process of setting up push notification campaigns in this tutorial. If you want to learn more about creating push notifications, I'll add a tutorial down below in the description for you to check out. Okay, so let's exit out of campaigns. And now what we want to do is navigate over to automation. And this is where we can set up important automations to drive more conversions. So as you can see, it's important to set up an abandoned cart workflow, which sends automated emails to remind them about the items they left behind. The result is this important stat here: 4 out of 10 shoppers who click back to your store complete their orders that would have otherwise been lost. And the great thing about email and SMS workflows is once they're set up, they're automatically going to deliver. You do not have to maintain these workflows. And that means on autopilot, you're going to drive more conversions. Okay, so let's navigate down to explore all workflows. And there's 3 important workflows that you want to set up in the beginning. The first is a welcome series. You can set up a welcome workflow that sends out an email and SMS, or you can just choose email. And next, what we want to do is set up the abandoned cart. Remember, like I mentioned, this is important for driving conversions. Many of your potential customers on your online store are going to abandon their cart and not return back to your store to make the purchase. So we want to remind these shoppers by setting up an abandoned cart email flow. Then we also want to set up abandoned checkout, which is similar to the abandoned cart. However, the abandoned checkout will trigger when potential customers leave the checkout without making a purchase. So again, it's vital that you set up a welcome automation, abandoned cart, and abandoned checkout. So let me show you the process of customizing a workflow. Navigate over to abandoned cart or any of the other two that I talked about and click on customize workflow. And as you can see, this automation has already been set up for you. All you need to do is dive in and further customize it so it's unique to your business. You can see that this is the trigger here. Customers enter the workflow when they add an item to cart. However, they exit this workflow when they place an order or they start their checkout. Then the workflow starts after the added product to cart wasn't updated for 1 hour. Then this email is sent. Here you can see the subject line, the pre-header, and then the sender's name. This is what we want to update. Then make sure that you have your store's email address added here. And again, you can customize the pre-header or the subject line if you like. Now with this email, what we want to do is come down and click on edit content. And first we want to save the changes we've made. And that's going to take us to the visual drag and drop campaign builder. Similar to what I showed you when creating standalone email campaigns, you have the library over on the left-hand side where you can simply drag and drop the different items and layouts onto your campaign. I'm going to navigate down here, and as you can see, we have all of these recommended products. I'm going to click here, and then the number of products to show is 8. I'm going to reduce this to 4. I'm happy with that. Again, we can personalize the body text here as well as the header, and we can change our logo if we want. So as you can see, this email will be sent to remind that potential customer that they have left items in their cart. Then all they would do is click on complete their order, and that potential customer can then finish their order. Again, you want to send a test email first before you finish editing this email. We can also navigate over to this drop down and we can preview, save as template, change template, and save and close if we like. I'm going to navigate over to finish editing, and that's going to take us back to our workflow. If we navigate down the page, you can see that after 11 hours, if that potential customer has not completed the purchase or they have not enabled the checkout, then this email will be sent. So remember, this email is sent after 1 hour that the cart is abandoned. Then 11 hours later, this email is sent down here. Again, you want to click on the email, make sure that you customize the subject line, pre-header, as well as the sender's name, and then edit the content so it represents the message that you want to convey. However, you can also leave it as it is and then come down and click on update. And again, if this email fails to convert that potential customer, then 12 hours later, the final email will be sent. And again, you can click on this email and edit the email details over here, similar to how I just showed you. Now, you can also add other actions to your workflows. For example, I can add another email, SMS, or a push notification. I can also add these flow actions. For example, if I click on delay and add that down here, I can go ahead and click on, let's say 3 and then hours, then navigate back over to the left-hand side and click on SMS and add that here. Then all I would do is customize the information on the right-hand side and create an SMS campaign that is sent at the end of this workflow. Again, like I mentioned, instead of an SMS campaign, this could be an email campaign or a push notification. I can also tag contact, split, or add A/B testing. Okay, so I'm going to navigate down and actually delete this SMS campaign and then click on yes, and then delete this delay. And then to start the workflow, all I would do is click on start workflow. However, I'm going to save and close. And as you can see, we now have one automation created. Remember, you want to do the same with the welcome series, as well as the abandoned checkout. Now, if we navigate down to the bottom left-hand corner and click here, this is where you get access to 24/7 support. Now, Omnisend is a leader in terms of their support, and they have won awards for their customer service. So you can navigate up here and search for specific information that you're after, or you can send a message and chat directly with one of their team. Now, let's navigate up to our profile. Here you can see how many free emails you have left to send this month, as well as SMS messages. Down here you can manage your account, manage your store settings, access the different Omnisend apps, as well as access the Help Center and Omnisend Academy. Now, before we finish up, make sure that you check out our complete comparison and review comparing both Omnisend and Klaviyo as leading SMS and email marketing platforms for online stores. So go ahead and check out that video if you want to learn more about Omnisend and Klaviyo and you need help identifying the right solution for your online store. However, that is everything that I wanted to cover in this Omnisend tutorial, helping you get started with Omnisend for Shopify. And there we have it, guys. That is it for this Omnisend tutorial for Shopify stores. Now, if you have any questions about setting up and using Omnisend, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this tutorial all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And that way, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.